Hello and welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge podcast. I'm your host Lance here with my other host Matt, and today we have our special host Cameron back with us today. How you doing, Cam?
What's up?
Every episode we like to introduce what we're drinking. Today I will be drinking just your typical rum and coke, and I will be having a New Glarus Spotted Cow right after this one. What about you, Matt?
So I'm drinking a Dunkle. It's a KC beer company. It's a Munich style brown lager. I got a beer gift thing from the in-laws for Christmas. Every 4 months I get a new just 12 pack of different beers.
Also, you got like some kind of beer subscription?
Yeah, for
That's
for
very
the
cool.
year. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I'm also having some E.H. Taylor whiskey. What about you, Cameron?
I have a not pina colada. It's actual pineapple juice, cream of coconut, Minute Maid, zero sugar, pineapple, whatever, pineapple rum, and a splash of pineapple soju. And it hurts a little bit.
Oh, you still got that soju going.
Yeah,
Very nice.
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that soju was super good. All right, Matt, you want to share with everybody what we're going to be covering today?
Yes. So I'm going to be pulling the synopsis from Crunchyroll, and it states, Wakana Gojo is a high school boy who wants to become a kaharashi, a master craftsman who makes traditional Japanese hina dolls. Though he's gung-ho about the craft, he knows nothing about the latest trends and has a hard time fitting in with his class. The popular kids, especially one girl, Marin Kitagawa, seems like they live in a completely different world. That changes one day when she shares an unexpected secret with him and their completely different worlds collide. Sure, that's basically covers it.
Yeah, it keeps it nice and clean, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be our Valentine's special because Valentine's is on Friday. We usually drop our episodes on Saturdays, but one day it makes no difference. And we figured a nice spicy show like this would fit really well for Valentine's Day.
It's a wholesome, ecchi show. That's all you gotta say about it.
I can't call it ecchi. As a ecchi watcher, I can't do it. I can't call it
No,
that.
You're right. It's
Ecchi light.
Yeah,
yes.
it's borderline. It's right there, but didn't cross the line quite yet.
Yeah, definitely. No, not too hardcore, but for anybody that thinks this is just a typical slice of life romance, that it is not.
Yeah, not typical. All right, well, thanks for the synopsis again, and now we'll just jump into Lance's lessons. Today's Lance's lessons is going to be the Japanese word for doll, and that is ningyo. Ningyo is spelled Ningyo, and ningyo is very relevant to today's episode because our main character Wakana is trying to create dolls, and his grandpa did, or Hina dolls more specifically. So I thought that one would be a good one for this one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, and also Matt likes to read the manga for every episode that we cover. So was there any differences between the manga and the anime?
NANI?
Yeah, there were a few. Nothing super crazy. For anybody that wants to read where season 2 would start with, I suggest starting on chapter 40. That's volume 5. It's not exactly the very beginning of volume 5, but it's essentially the second chapter of volume 5. And to kind of just go over some of these differences, Gojo had to stop taking pictures when he realized he was taking pictures of Marin's underwear in the very first photo shoot. Like he had noticed in the pictures that her underwear were very visible, which because it's a manga, that's literally all you got in that panel. And yeah, that's what made him stop. And then when Marin was all sweaty during the cosplay event, they made her drenched in sweat in the manga. Like you could see sweat on her legs, on her chest, on her face, all over the place, everywhere. Not like in the anime where it was like, oh, I'm really hot and I feel sweaty. They made it very, very visible.
Okay.
Then one thing I was curious about was the wipes that she was using to kind of wipe herself off. Those are actually cooling wipes.
I kind of picked up on that because it looked like Gojo almost cracked open something a little bit different, like something not like a dry rag or he got a damp rag, but it looked different to a degree. So I didn't really expect that to be just your typical rag.
Okay.
Can't speak for everybody, but
me specifically, at least, I was like, maybe they're just some sanitary wipes or something, like some dry rag, and they were sanitized, so they had to be in their individual bag. I don't know. I was thinking something crazy. Not that. One of the biggest things is, so when they talk about Marin and she's wearing this special bra to enlarge her chest, in the manga, they say it's 4 times bigger than her normal chest.
Oh, really? So they gave like
Holy
a size-wise?
shit.
Yeah. She basically quadrupled her bra up to make it that large.
Yeah, I really made those fun bags jiggle. Boob bags.
Boo bag, yes.
I don't have words. I don't have 4 times.
4 times. They definitely were much larger in the manga, and she filled her boob bag much more.
Okay.
And then so the writing that is on Marin's legs at the end, basically the end of that episode, what that represents is or at least what it's supposed to represent, is the number of times Shizuku-tan had sex in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because it was a question I wanted to ask, but I totally forgot about it. And I was wondering, is that an actual tattoo? Because that wouldn't make sense because she's still in high school or whatever. But that would make sense. But now that's being said, was it an actual number? It almost looked like characters.
It was.
You want to talk about that later? Because I have a note about the fact she even has the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's so she has the game. I think it's supposed to be like 7 or something. Like, it's essentially a tally that the game uses to represent how many times the individual has had sex.
Yes.
That's what it's for. That's what those markings represent.
That's funny.
So here's, I guess, the biggest difference between the manga or one of the biggest differences, when Juju comes over, you get a full frontal, no hair, no nothing is covering her.
So you get to see all of that in the manga?
Full frontal. We'll put it that way. I was just like, okay.
I don't want that from her.
I was just like, she has short hair. Okay.
You get introduced to a new character and you get everything right up front.
Yep, sure do. And then this is something that's not really a difference, but it just kind of added information. Marin was already planning on going over to Gojo's house when Juju was over. I thought maybe like he called her and that's why she showed up. No, she was already planning on being over there.
Okay, that's good to know because she fucking came right away. So it would make sense that it was already pre-planned.
Yep. Juju talks about it being about 15,000 yen an hour to rent studio space. That's like the average.
Yeah, something about that sounds familiar.
They do a better job of explaining how the different cameras work. I'm not gonna write everything down. If you want to know how cameras work, you can go for it. Basically, they just so they talk about how, the different lenses do different things. They explained like what lens does what. You either know how to work cameras or you're going to research it. I'm not going to tell everything for you. Sorry, I'm not going to spend an hour on that one. While they're at the abandoned hospital, the rain comes in while they're getting ready and everybody's bummed. And Marin takes pictures of her and Juju together. But then one thing that they don't talk about is Marin actually posts it online and a bunch of people like comment and react to the comments. Basically, they're like, oh, Juju's a real person. That's crazy. Yep. And basically makes a bunch of mentions about how Juju is real.
Yeah, that happened in the anime.
Okay, so I missed that one, and then Gojo doesn't stop Marin from ordering the food. Oh, when they're in the Love Hotel. Yes.
She really does go through the order?
Yeah, so in the anime, you see the food there, and you're like, when did that happen? That happens at the point in time where Marin was going to order the food, and Gojo's like, no, don't. We're high school students. They can't know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do that. He lets her order the food.
Interesting. Okay.
Something that was funny, not really a change, not really necessary, but they show the TV in the Love Hotel, but it's all blurred out.
Okay.
And then this is probably the other biggest change, is you see Marin's father. So at the end of the last episode, Marin brings up that her dad is getting on her about studying. Well, he shows up. They have this conversation. He notices that none of Marin's homework had been even started. And that's when he throws the hammer down on going to festivals, because Marin and her father were supposed to go to one.
Right.
And he's like, nope, you got to do homework now.
Okay. Yeah. So all that basically happens, except we don't get to see a physical father but
Correct.
in the manga. Can you share with the audience any kind of features about this guy, or is he unique in any way?
No, no,
Um,
he's like probably he looks like a in his 30s Japanese man with a part in the middle of his hair. That's literally it. There's nothing like outlandishly different about him. He's just a standard person.
Okay. I
um,
was I was really thinking that he was gonna be some like tall, jacked guy, and
nah.
Nope.
I will say, from the anime production standpoint, that was a very wise decision because we still don't know if we're gonna get a season 2. So not showing the dad was a good idea.
I think they finally announced season 2 is in production.
I have no idea. If it's not Final Fantasy, it's not important.
Yeah, other than that, some angles and a bunch of stuff like that are different. But other than that, it's
angles.
yes, angles are exactly what you think.
Oh yeah.
And then season 2 coming in 2025. Yes, I'm actually seeing confirmation of season 2.
Okay.
So
That's
yes,
just confirmation, like nothing too.
Yes, no
specific.
date, just
Okay.
confirmation that it's still a thing. But that's it. That's all the difference is. Nothing too crazy.
Nah.
Okay. Has anybody watched any of the obvious? There's definitely got to be out there, but anything X-rated for this? Cameron?
You know what? Yes, I have read some dojins and went. I have a bone to pick with like every dojin artist. Stop cucking Wakana, please. He is a good boy.
Yeah, let him have his fun.
Yes, I don't understand Japan's fascination with cucking people. I want to understand so I can explain it to other people so they can also be like, what the fuck's going on? Why they doing this? I'm tired of it. That's a personal problem, but here we are.
Yeah, that's
gotta keep holding back.
Something like that. That don't do our boy like that. That's
right.
fun.
He's a good boy. He's actually, I'm be quiet. No spoilers.
The most I've seen is a bunch of figures that that's really about it. Are exactly what you think they are. We'll just put it that way.
Oh, I think her figures are kind of boring.
They are. They absolutely are. They're
very overpriced for what they are.
Well, it's because they get naked, and I feel like any figure that allows for removing of clothing is like double the price for no reason.
I'll meet you at like a quarter more expensive because I have one, but it's cheaper than my Xenoblade Chronicles figure, so I'm very confused.
Okay, but even still, it's
I get the ability.
Back to the manga real quick. Sorry. So the first season covers about 40 chapters worth. Do you happen to know how many chapters there are at the moment? Is it concluded?
No, it's not concluded. I think there's like 120 chapters currently.
God damn.
Because a thing happens around chapter 110, and I'm not gonna say what it is.
Oh.
Super obvious though.
Yeah,
I
know what happens. I currently see 113 chapters.
Okay, I rounded up too much. I didn't have the exact number.
Are you caught up, Cam, or did you just cherry pick some chapters to read?
I got spoiled for what happens. I went back 5 chapters and just have been reading forward ever since because I hate the chase so much. I just want to see people happy. And I'm not even getting that right now. And I'm just like, I hate this man. I hate him so much. I love him, but I hate him.
Yeah, it's I know what you're talking about. It's it sucks. Yeah, we won't talk about that. That's very, very far future endeavors that may or may not happen.
Yeah.
If this show gets canceled, we'll talk about it then.
We'll see. I mean, everybody knows this, and I definitely judge this book by its cover, mainly more so kind of by its name. My Dress Up Darling kind of sounds like a weird kind of show. My first thought about this was going to be some kind of weird, like creepy dungeon kind of thing, and someone's forcing someone else to dress up or something like that. That was just me thinking without doing any kind of research.
Okay.
And I just, so I just never gave it a chance until Matt's been trying to bring this up every once in a while, and it's always been on our forefront. But
I think I've been trying to get him to watch this for like the past 2 years. So thank you, Cameron.
God, 2 years?
Yeah,
I haven't started ReZero season 2 yet, so I can't say shit. Never mind.
Not consistently, but it's like, hey, you should watch this. Then a handful of months go by. Hey, we should cover this. And like a year goes by. Hey, we should cover this. And then like 6 more months go by. Hey, let's cover this with Cameron. All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm here for the non-shonen anime, so I
That's
got
fine.
you.
We got to spread our wings. And this was one of the first ones where I was like, a lot of people are talking about this. Let's give it a try. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, I guess that's what this is. And I went down
Yeah.
the slice of life, and then slice of life rabbit hole. I went down a
Good.
reverse isekai rabbit hole for a little bit. So it was right in that. It was like a phase.
Yep. I mean, overall, I'm really glad we watched this. My expectations were completely blown.
Really?
Yeah, I was very pleased with this entire first season. Well, just coming like I said, I didn't really expect too much. I kind of thought very wrong about this, but I liked it a lot. I was very pleased with everything. This show was I actually found it super goddamn funny too.
Yes.
Marine,
Yeah, it has its moments.
to me, I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into favorite characters. Like Marine, not because of her sexuality, but because of like her comedy
Quotations.
factor.
Yeah,
She's definitely my favorite character just because of all the little things that she does and says that's just so damn funny. And I
it's
got
a
a couple.
personality. It's okay, Lance.
Yeah. I got a couple of quotes in my notes that I wrote down that made me laugh out loud quite a few times. We can share those in a moment, but I'll start with one. The very first one that's in my notes is in episode 5 where Marine is Shizuka-tan and the wind blows up her skirt during a photo. And then she apologizes for not looking at the camera instead of feeling embarrassed that her skirt got blown up and everyone can see her shorts. It's just stuff
That's
like
fair.
that just makes
No,
me laugh like all the time.
I get you. I'm like, she has no shame. This is
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
I love
Zero
it.
shame in her.
Well, she was wearing shorts. She knew she was
Yeah,
Okay,
she
all
could
right, hold
definitely
up.
be more comfortable.
Matt, was she wearing shorts in the manga? That's the real question.
Yes, she was.
Oh,
The same thing
interesting.
that was brought up about, hey, wear shorts so that you don't basically flash anybody
Okay,
in public. Do that for cosplay events.
got
So
you.
yeah, that she was wearing shorts. I will say right now, the episode in which she gets out of the bath and you see the backside like that, it's the exact same thing on that one too. Like they didn't change any angles on that one.
Okay.
Got a lot of butt there.
Yes. Cameron, did you have a favorite character, or who's your favorite character?
I'm gonna out myself. Gigi's little sister,
That
Shinju.
is
Shinju.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Inui's
have
last name, Shinju. Yeah.
Shinju. Yeah, she's like, I have no talent. I can't do anything. I'm like, bitch. I wish I could be half the photographer you are. Like, shut the fuck up, you stupid child. Shut the fuck up.
Literally, yes, literally. She's in middle school.
Well, she's also got an expensive ass camera helping her, so maybe that's pulling some.
Granted, that's her dad's camera. She didn't pay for that, so
But
I feel like. Go ahead.
well, I was gonna say, like, you can have an expensive camera and still take shitty photos.
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
It's me.
She was going into quite detail about how to use this camera, so she definitely knew what she was doing.
Yes.
I have a note. Where did it go? The too many fuck. She's a very good mix of a bunch of different tropes, and I'm like, this is good.
Okay.
Although
what's your favorite? What are the mixes that you like the most? We'll put it that way.
talented but has no self confidence, because I'm like, that's me. I do that.
Fair. Anything else?
The little sister is infinitely bigger than her older sister. I find that very funny.
In more
Yeah,
than one way,
they-
yes.
in more
Yes.
than one way.
They
Yeah.
went way too far with that. All right, well,
I was about to say they're pretty much
Alright.
yin and yang, but at the same time, they're only yin and yang in the fact that like their physical features.
yeah.
Tall, short, big chest, small chest. That's kind of where my train of thought stops.
Gigi will go get something done just because Inui is far too shy and scared to go do it. And I'm like, I get that. I can't do it because if I need something done, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done when I want it to get done, not when it should get done. But side point.
Yes. I like the fact that they do these etchy things, but then like give it a reason instead of just being like, and here's some, as the wind blows up, just here's some panty shots and call it a day. Like they at least give us quotations a reason for the weird angles or the boobs busting out of the shirt, all this other stuff, instead of just giving these things for fan service to just have fan service.
Yeah, they definitely blended everything really well. Everything had a purpose while also pushing that etchy line.
Yeah.
All right, your turn, Matt. Who's your favorite character?
Gojo is my favorite character.
Okay, something different for all of us. What do you like about Gojo?
I really like the fact that, like, yes, he has all this self-doubt, but he is learning and he's being open to all these experiences. I read a little bit ahead, and just his eagerness to learn everything he can was fantastic. He goes above and beyond for everything. The scene where his grandfather walks in as he's playing the hentai game on his computer, and he's just like taking notes and playing the game at the same time, and I laugh every time. So I really like Gojo. He's a great character.
He is.
He
Degree.
doesn't.
I got some hangups.
That's fair. That's fine. I like the fact that he stays true to who he is for the most part, while still being able to grow. Like when they go shopping together, and she has him try all these clothes, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I don't like any of this. I feel weird." And basically, he just buys 2 new kimonos, and it's like, "Yep, this is me."
They have a name, I just don't remember what it is. I know what you mean.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was gonna say whatever his basically work outfit is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was great. He stays to who he is, but still grows within the series.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, what's your gripes, Cameron?
With Gojo, okay. All right. He's too fucking Japanese. Quit being so polite. Grow a goddamn backbone. Come on, man. I believe in you. I trust you.
Well, he grew up with zero self-esteem. He got shot down when he was a child. Episode 1, right away.
Okay, well,
that
granted,
little girl telling him that he can't
flashback,
play with
which
dolls.
we get to that flashback later, and I'm like, good, there's progress here. But once people go, hey, that thing you're doing, it's good. Keep it up. You should be like, you know what? Maybe I can do this. Maybe I'll try a little bit harder. Nah, I can't do it. That he's just too Japanese. He's too polite about everything. I'm like, my brother in Christ. Stop.
He is a younger version of his grandfather.
I want to disagree, but only because we don't know how his grandmother and his grandfather were together, because she's kind of dead. So
I took it as like the traditionalist and all these other things, because he wants to do Hina dolls and all this other stuff. So I took it like his values to be the same thing, where he's just very respectful and yeah, all that stuff.
I get that. I understand. But by episode 7, I'm just like, Gojo,
that's fair.
I need you to not do something, man. Come on.
He is getting better, though. Like, his confidence is building. He's getting a little bit better with himself, and he's feeling a lot more comfortable in his skin, all because of Marine.
I feel like it's going to take the entire series for him to get out of that, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Foreshadowing, Matt. That's really good foreshadowing. I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you need to make us viewers want him to get closer and closer to, like, landing a kiss or actually popping that cherry or something. Like, you need to keep everybody invested.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll agree with that. I won't like it, but I'll agree with it.
It's all about the drama.
We have to have one of the main characters being a little bit more reserved, because so is it Marin or Marine?
Oh, sorry. It is
Marin.
It's definitely, at least the English dub said Marin, right?
Yeah, but I could have sworn, I don't know. I don't know.
They know who we're talking about. It's fine.
Yeah, she is way out there. So we got to reel it in a little bit. That's what Gojo's for. Reel it in just a little bit.
Other people can do that for him. He can. Okay, his version of wild is like a normal person's. This is what people do.
His version of wild is putting his feet in the ocean. Like that's him going
honestly,
wild. Yes.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
Yes. Yeah. That was a good episode. There were so many good episodes.
Yeah. All these episodes really pull on a lot of like emotional heartstrings, in the sense that like you just feel bad for this dude who was so landlocked inside his own home for the longest time, and now he just wants to explore. Finally, he's got someone to do it with. I can relate to that a lot. I really didn't start exploring the world until I met my wife.
Yeah, the 20 square miles of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I spent the first 27 years of my life right here in Wisconsin. I think one time I went to Chicago for Six Flags, and that was it.
Am I the weird one for going to all the conventions in my late teens, early 20s?
No, I think that's awesome. I would have loved to do that.
You're the overweight 30-year-old man go, you want to do security for the convention, and go, fuck it, sure.
Lance and I didn't start doing these things until we started the podcast.
Yep.
Really?
So, yeah. Well, our first convention was at the Kalahari where we met you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
And did we
that
dress up
was
the first year?
That was the second year.
Oh yeah. The second year we officially met Cam, because the first year we got a hotel off-site, and then that's when we decided, no, we gotta be on site if we're gonna be at a place like this.
We're gonna experience all of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, you're both married, so that's also a minor problem.
Yeah, not prime. We'd love to go to Ohio. We'd love to go.
Why? As someone who lives in Ohio, why?
It's more to go hang out with you. but
Yeah,
We
I'd kind of
could
get out of our
go
own
to
shell as
Cleveland
well.
and get some food because that fuck where I live. Go to Cleveland.
yeah, that's fair. I know our intentions are to go to another Colossal Con, probably Texas, but we'll see. That's future endeavors.
Fair enough. I
The
will say the voice actors for English. I listened to the Japanese for a little bit and it's just like it's not hitting as hard. So the English voice actors fucking killed it across the board.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I loved everybody.
I have to give a special shout out to Marin, who was voiced by Amanda Lee, who is now with she's always been in V. Who works for V Shoujo now. That's cool. I was like,
Nice.
man, I'm a fanboy, so I'm a little biased, but no, she did a good job. I agree.
Yes, absolutely. All the characters were 100% spot on, and all the mannerisms even matched what you would think that character would be. So they did a fantastic job.
I still think my favorite line from her is, "Don't worry about it. Mama went to the bank." And I'm like,
Yeah, I love
"Man,
every
calm
time she says
down."
stuff like that. All the phrases that they use in this show. Oh, especially one that I wanted to make sure I talked about was when Juju was commenting on everything about her cosplay that Gojo did, and she was using like more sophisticated words and whatnot. And then Marin was getting Marin was getting more jealous about how she can't articulate the words like she is, and she just ended up saying that everything was fetch. And I'm just like, oh, you're pulling a Mean Girls quote out of everything.
I mean, all right, so that came about because one, the voice director is over the age of 30, and I think Mandalay just turned 32. So I'm like, yeah, they would know what that is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that works. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of definitely a shout out to people about our age range who grew up with that movie. So I thought that was super funny. Like, yeah, these yellow frillies on my shoulders, that's super fetch.
Yeah.
I love her. I'm like, damn, I feel bad for you, kid. You're trying. That's what matters.
Yeah, they use a lot of fun lingo that like I kind of cringe a little bit every time they say some weird cringy words like that the
Totes.
youth are using today. But totes, that's totally fine. But there was a couple, I can't pinpoint them right now, but there was a couple I'm like, I feel like he kind of forced that one in there.
Probably, yeah.
Well, because Marin, she would 100% use everything.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll
You're not wrong. It's just when this episode, to date the episode, like all the current slang now, I'm just like, please stop talking. Please stop talking. Or
Yeah,
go back 5 years to when I could keep up.
Well, the show came out in 23,
Pre-COVID,
22, I think.
22, 23, somewhere around there.
Oh, it's a post-COVID show.
Yeah, it was
Well,
like
my question is, when did the manga come out?
Quick Google search. Google is saying January 19th, 2018, the manga first came out.
So this is a pre-COVID story. So yeah, and all the slang would have changed dramatically between them.
yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I still feel like you could watch this show during any era and it'd be fine. You wouldn't get all the references, but
You would just assume that it's like you can understand the context, where as Marin, she's the popular person, she's saying all the slang, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you just assume that's what they're saying at that time. And then Gojo is saying nothing and being his 80-year-old in a 17-year-old's body.
yeah, no, you're right.
So
I aspire to be like that.
Did you guys have a favorite moment, since we're kind of talking about all these funny lines and everything?
Yeah, I got a solid one.
Okay.
One of mine is definitely one of the most heartfelt ones, and that's like the first time Gojo said that Marin was, and that was after the first cosplay event, and they're in that train or bus going home, and then Gojo's on the verge of falling asleep, and he's like, "Today you look so beautiful," and then Marin had that flashback of him saying that he only uses those words if it comes from the heart, and then that's when she got all super flustered and stuff like that. So I thought that was a very heartfelt moment, and it was definitely one that stood out for me.
Nice.
I'll take your sappiness and raise you the very end of the series when they're
Oh,
on the
that's a good
phone
one, too.
together. She's just like,
Mhm.
"I love you," and he's out cold. I'm like,
Yeah, right.
that hurt. That kind of hurts. And I don't know why.
I did like the fact that she called him out just to make sure that he was asleep before she said it.
Smart, no, smart. I get it.
Yeah, could have added to the drama too if he was just like awake and just faking asleep.
He
For the
would
next day
never
of
do
school.
that though. He would have
No, he
freaked
would.
the fuck out, which would have been a way funnier moment.
Yeah, it would have definitely been a comical moment. She would have definitely like known
Nah.
that he froze up on the other side, and it would have been an LOL moment for her. And then she would have just played it off like, "Oh, I'm just kidding." You know you're my best
Yeah, I
bud.
feel like she would have denied it. I don't think her heart's ready for those consequences.
No, she just would have stumbled and said a bunch of like, "Oh, I love the cosplay that you're making," or something along those lines.
No, you're right.
And
What about you,
for
Matt? What do you
me,
got a favorite moment?
man, there was a lot of moments that I really liked. I guess just to kind of throw this out there, the Love Hotel one where he's taking the picture from below. I thought
Oh
that
yeah.
scene was funny. It was
That whole
Yeah.
scene was so goddamn erotic.
He is a much stronger man than me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and especially that cam view that they showed from like top to bottom of her. Just we don't have to go there. We all know what happened in that scene. It's just a lot happened there.
And nothing at the same time. But yes,
Absolutely nothing. I'm just like,
Oh.
I'm so disappointed in you, but I understand.
Were you guys
like
rooting for it the entire time?
Yeah,
Everything was lining up. I was like, get it, do something, get a kiss and like
something.
No. Instead,
I was hoping
he popped a big tent, and that was about it.
And put her into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that earlier he was talking to his grandfather and he was like, "Oh, we weren't doing anything inappropriate upstairs." And then, later on it comes to this where they're still not doing anything inappropriate, but it's definitely escalated.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, no, because that reminds me when she's riding home on the train, she's like, would it have been so bad if we did? I'm like, oh God, she wants him bad.
She does.
Oh, she's getting thirsty.
And the part where she whispers in his ear that she'll send him pictures of her in the
Here, I got it up.
Is that a fighter character? I guess I'm not 100% sure what that character was, but the
Veronica one?
Yeah, Veronica.
She's another girl from Slippery Girls.
No. Okay, Veronica was it could have been from Slippery Girls, but she was definitely a fighter character.
Oh yeah, that caused internet drama. I remember that. God, I fucking hate the internet sometimes. Do we talk about that or do we just leave it?
No, we can. We can more than.
So when this show originally aired, certain individuals were like, "Nah, she's doing blackface," and I'm over here like my brother in Christ. First of all,
why? Because she tanned herself up.
Gonna say, yeah.
Oh no, it's not like that. That's taking it to the far extreme.
It was prime that point of time. So
yeah, I personally sat there and was like, as a black person, no, she's just tan too. She's cosplaying another Garu girl, so shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Ford the law, my brothers in Christ. What are y'all talking? Be mad at something else, please.
I got
fictional
a character.
Oh, sorry, I got a website pulled up right now because I was going to ask a question about these cosplays, and right under Veronica, there's a paragraph that says like this causes the Gyaru to easily be classified as blackface and offensive, racially motivated, whatever. But like, yeah, even this one website's trying to bring that out and bring that into focus.
Not the one I'm looking at, but it's like this is a fictional character playing another fictional character. Like it's like you said, Cameron. It's we'll just put it at that one. Like
yeah, they're reading too deep into it.
They really are.
Yeah, like just enjoy the view or something. Like don't get mad. Don't get mad.
On a lighter topic, there was a small handful of cosplays that went on in this entire first season. Did you guys have a favorite out of everything? If you want me to, let me just go through the entire list so that our audience can be pulled in as well. So I just Googled it and they gave me the listicle. I'm on GameRant.com. And in the order that they're giving me is Veronica, the shark tooth super tan one that we were just talking about.
Okay.
There's Black Lobelia, the flower princess from that Blaze show where she had silver hair, 2 different colored eyes. She was the sister that like evilly transformed into a whole different character. Mm-hmm. There's Black Lily, flower princess. That's the one where Juju was dressed up as. She was basically just in a commander suit, more or less. Soma Oni-chan of the Flower Princess Blaze. That's the younger sister dressing up as the male character. There's Shizuku-tan, obviously like the first quarter of the first season. And there's the succubus from the infamous Love Hotel scene.
Liz,
yep. So out of those
Black
6.
Black Lobelia.
Okay, that's a
Black
very
Lobelia
solid choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the succubus is too easy.
Yeah, it's a little too on the nose, but I definitely agree. Black Lobelia was my favorite out of everybody.
Okay. Yeah, that just as far as visually captivating, I thought that there was a lot more to that character. Like the character's cosplay, you could tell it's a big upgrade compared to Shizuku-tan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna disagree. I feel like the cosplay was easier because there was no timeline for which he made it. He just kind of sprang it out. But I feel
That's
like
fair.
Shizuka's is a little more technical. But
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's a
Black
lot more
Globella
going
is
on with
better to look at.
Shizuka-tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely described that wrong, but yes.
I think there's
Okay.
definitely a bigger beautiful element into Shizuka-tan because there's a lot more going on with her. She's got that huge gothic look going, and a lot
Yeah.
more detail is put into her. But then there's just this badass look about Black Lobelia and her silver hair, and I don't just that character style alone. I'm just gonna leave it at that. She just looks badass, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
that pulls my eye.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Lance, which one was your favorite? I forget. Did you said the same thing?
Yeah, Black Lobelia is definitely my number one favorite, but
Okay.
Shizuka-tan is a very close second. It's right there, especially after coming off of Tsukimichi after we just covered season 1 and 2. Like,
Yep.
she looks so much like Mio right there.
Yep, absolutely.
So bringing back some
Uh,
of those memories, and plus just that style alone. Like, I love stockings. I think stockings is such a hot look. So I think that's a good overall cosplay, good character.
I see you're also a man of culture.
I will give you that one. I like the Shizuku-tan the most as well. I like the first version versus the 4x boob version, just because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just fit her better for obvious reasons.
Right. Yeah. Otherwise, it's pulling too much attention to her boobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, she doesn't actually wear it for all that long because she tries to give herself heat stroke by not allowing herself to breathe.
Okay. Like an addendum to that. That'd be a great fall, early winter cosplay because the material is thicker. So
right,
yes.
Bring it back
nothing you want to do
later.
outside in the sun.
Yeah, bring it back later. One thing that I really like is that they used that cosplay to help Gojo learn from his basically flaws in the first cosplay, where he gets basically different types of fabric and layers it so that Marin can breathe and stretch and do all these other things. So he's learning from these cosplays to be better. Here's something I kind of just thought of. Do you think he is going to change his life goal and this is what he eventually is going to end up doing, is making cosplays?
No,
I'll let you start, Kim.
but
No.
it's not because I'm reading ahead. He's too ingrained in Hina dolls. He doesn't want to throw away 15 years of life experience for doing that. He's definitely going to think about it in like the end of season 2. That's a great place to end, but I don't think he's going to change. He's too one note for that.
Okay.
That's fair. I mean, they definitely pulled in time and time again that his true love was for Hina dolls, and that's why he's the way he is now, especially how cringy he was like earlier in the season.
Yeah, he was.
But
I will
despite
say,
all that,
go ahead.
Is it? Despite all that, I still kind of think that the way that this is all going, the trajectory of this idea of a series, I kind of feel like the Hina dolls was a nice stepping stone for him, and the attention he's getting and the purpose that he's finding in life through making this cosplay, I think that's going to be his end goal. This is just what he's going to enjoy doing for the rest of his life. So I would like to imagine that this will turn into what he wants.
I'll meet you at this becomes a side gig.
Could be.
Yeah, I could see.
Yeah, maybe it'll be 50-50.
Maybe his grandfather's like, no, when I die, this shop is closing. This is your true passion. Like, follow this.
Ooh,
and
he put that on him.
I see what you're saying. I disagree. I don't think his grandpa will want that for him because he's like, well, you made friends with this hot girl doing this. You've made friends with these 2 other weird girls. Doing this helps you make friends. So yeah, go do that. I'm tired of seeing you being lonely. Go make some friends.
And plus, you're good at what you do at this point.
Yeah,
Matt, what do you see him?
Right.
So something that I had thought of is Gojo is progressing in his Hina doll making in the face of Hina dolls due to the experience that he's getting. So that would be a very interesting concept. By doing this, does he essentially, I don't want to say master it, but be on almost par with his grandfather due to this? And it kind of gives him a more
different outlook.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah, exactly. Where he's like, oh, actually, I need to do this to help me make Hina dolls.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely made that point pretty clear in one of those episodes.
Yep.
Whereas
So
Grandpa was like, "Yeah, your eye lines were like short and sharp, but right now they're getting." I can't remember the phrasing, but he definitely commented on how he's progressing.
yep.
I think it's something they're more lively or something. They're not as stiff. They're not as stiff and rigid.
Stiff and rigid. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I think right now will be a great time to take a quick break, so we'll see you guys in a second. And welcome back from our break. One more LOL moment that I truly loved. Kind of going back to Matt's manga mentions when he was talking about when he saw Juju and her
Full
vagina right away.
No vagina, but full frontal.
Full frontal.
Yeah.
Oh, so she didn't. So
You-
Gojo did not see the actual.
no,
Okay, so the manga
he
didn't
did.
show- He did, but the manga didn't show the actual vagina.
No, it did not.
Oh, okay. So that's what I thought you were getting at. Like you as a viewer got to see everything. Okay, that would have
So-
been a little crazier.
So what happens is we get full frontal. She falls over, and then she like legs open in front of him, and you see you see knees, her face, and then Gojo, and you're like, that's a scene. That's a panel.
Yeah. In the manga, did you like see nipples and stuff, or was that side boob?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you saw that.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. That there were things there. That's about as far as I'll go with the description.
Okay. All right. So back to one of my favorite LOL scenes was as soon as that happened, and as soon as Gojo saw that there was a vagina there, they went back into like a flashback of Gojo as a child being like looking at base Hina dolls and being like, oh, they're so bald and silky smooth. And then it's a clear reference to seeing Juju's vagina and stuff. So I just needed to make that LOL moment in this episode.
No, that's fair. I had a note about the follow-up. Where did it go?
I didn't put those two together.
Oh, no? Oh, I thought that was so goddamn funny.
It was, but I miss
there.
being deaf. I will miss certain parts.
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh man, that's a real good one.
The follow-up scene where Marin meets Juju and has that complete and total fangirl moment. Yes. I'm sitting here and like, I wonder how unhinged Amanda Lee was in the booth to finally act like her viewers act towards her. And I'm like, I wonder if there's some catharsis there or not, because now you get to be what is inflicted upon you now. I'm like, curious.
That's a word. That's a word.
That is a word. I had to look up what that word meant because I said it after I beat a game and went, does that word mean what I think it means? And it does.
Yeah,
I have that note in my phone. I just can't find it. I know it's there though.
I'd be very interested to kind of talk to a voice actor about certain scenes, and that would definitely be one of them where it's Marin goes way out there fangirling about meeting Juju. So I wonder if she pulled some references of certain individuals that she has met, and that's where she got her inspiration. That'd be a good question.
Oh, sure.
Yell at her to go to more conventions this year. Because, pulling back from the last episode I was in, I met Alejandro Saab, who was in Oshinoko season 2 as the producer.
Yep.
I first of all, I was like, listen, love the work. I don't give a fuck about Soju as a VTuber. You're cool, but your voice acting is a lot better. So like, when you said the thing about sucking men's dick to get your people paid, like how from the heart did that come from? And he's like, I don't want to talk about that. And I'm like, fair. On a completely side note, here's an N-word pass. He's like, I can't. And I'm like, shh, you can have it. It's okay.
You gave him an N-word pass?
Yeah. He's from El Salvador. And I'm like, close enough. You can have it. All right. No. Walked away. I walked away. I then was talked about later because he's friends with the security boss. My boss was like, so why'd you do that? I'm like, I thought it'd be funny, and it was. Because he was freaking out. His handler was freaking out. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna go back to work now. Bye.
Yeah, I'm sure that was definitely a topic of conversation he brought up to someone else.
Oh, absolutely.
He's like, I can never say that.
Nope. I'm
It's
like,
never,
well, you
it's never
can.
happening.
You have a pass. I signed it for him
Yeah, see, this random dude at a convention told me I can say it, so I can say it.
one time.
One
One
time.
time.
Oh man, that's like, is it? I know there's a skit that talks about it, but I don't remember what show it's from. I think it might be Family Guy or something like that.
Couldn't help you there.
I don't,
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
also don't watch Family Guy.
I know that there's a skit that has the N-word pass, and yeah, it's old though, so it's
Yeah. I have a bunch of random offhanded notes that I don't know how to fit in a correct order. So
Yeah, go for it, because
that's
I
fine. Let's hear
I
'em.
got 2 more notes myself I want to throw in here. So you start, Cam.
great show, great messages, except when Gojo is freaking the fuck out between I have to work on Hina dolls, I have to study for exams, I have to make this cosplay. I'm like, so we're gonna do the Japanese thing where we go, yes, overwork yourself to death. That's good. What's good for the company is what's good for you. Overworking is good for the company. And I'm like, wait, hold on, stop. This is a child. This is an actual, literal, dumb child.
Yep.
Don't let him overwork. Let him drop the cosplay because he was given 2 weeks when she was like, just have it done whenever and didn't communicate that. And I'm like, children, you need to learn how to use your words better. Oh my god.
well, yeah, they're kids. They're
Yeah, I
first year high school students.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Juju's a second year and they're all like, you're older than us. And I'm like,
You're my senior.
Yeah.
he did a
Yes.
lot.
Just to piggyback on that real quick, that talking about that scene where Marin was like, "Yeah, there's a cosplay event going on in 2 weeks," and that totally blew Gojo's mind. It definitely sounded like that's the one she straight up wanted to go.
Yeah.
And like we all rewatched this show multiple times, so like we can obviously say like that's definitely the message that they wanted us viewers to have. But at the same
Yes.
time, of course, the show is all about miscommunication here and there. So
Yeah.
I was like,
And
God damn it.
Perfect. That it conveyed exactly what the intention was, which is you need to ask the question.
Yeah.
When do
Oh
you
yeah, that
need
was gonna
this
be
by?
that was
Yeah.
supposed to be something I was gonna put in my notes was as Gojo, the person who's going to be making this costume, isn't one of your first questions gonna be when do I need to have this done?
Well, it's his first time doing it, so he has
Right?
no idea.
But
And
I mean,
Hina
still,
dolls.
I mean, he's
No, well, okay, yes and no, because I work with amateur artists all the goddamn time. I tell them either tell me when you think you can have it done by, or I need it done by this. If you're like a middling artist, you should have your turnaround time kind of not set in stone, but you should know what it is. So when people ask for stuff, you go, "This is my turnaround time."
But he makes Hina dolls. Like
True.
he has no timeline on anything ever.
Well, he okay, disagree because he should have a turnaround time for Hina dolls, even if he is a technical amateur.
But at 15,
No,
he's not actually making anything. He's just making faces.
True,
And-
but he should have a turnaround time for what it takes to make those faces. Granted, he did not think to extrapolate that into making a full person cosplay, which can't be mad. Willing to completely, totally forgive that. In the future, be like, "Hey yo, when do you need this by?"
Yes, which he does. We see when he talks to Juju, he's like, when do you need this done by? He asks the questions that need to get asked.
Yeah, he learned.
Just not the first time.
Did learn. Doesn't want to have fucking mental breakdown again.
A mental breakdown twice, and then he passes out on the train. He passes out on his floor. So yeah,
He
that's
gets a lot of sleep.
he's
Kinda jealous.
15.
Yeah, maybe. I got a quick little side story to share as far as Japanese culture and not getting any sleep. So,
Shoot.
real story. Last night, me and my wife were out on a date. We went to a bar and we just had a couple drinks. And then I started talking to this one dude, and he was telling me that through his work, he's able to travel the world. And he went to Japan for a couple weeks. And he was telling me that the people that were taking care of him were waking up at 5 a.m. to hop on their train to come to his location to pick him up, where they hopped on another train to go to another location to do work. And then they worked all day. And then after work, like many of us anime viewers, many of us in the anime culture know, after work, it's very popular for everybody to go out for drinks and just get drunk for the rest of the night and then do their thing. So they worked, they drank, everybody went home. And then obviously after all that, they're probably going to bed pretty close to midnight or even later. And then these same dudes who are working have to do this all over again. And they did this for 2 weeks straight, where they were drinking every single night, taking this dude to and from all of these locations, and like these workers are just getting like maybe hopefully at least 5 hours of sleep a night after night after night after night of just drinking. And then he said that they got blasted. Everybody gets blasted.
They have to.
And then
Don't
this
want to
is
forget.
like, it just sounds like Wisconsin culture right there. Like everybody just goes and gets drunk, goes home, sleeps, and then goes to work the next morning like nothing even happened. Like functional alcoholics.
That sounds like the military, but yeah,
that too.
100% the military right there.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I got a first-hand or second-hand experience of some stories right there. So yeah, people are crazy when it comes to sleep.
my only issue with that is as a 29-year-old grown man, after day 3, I can remember the kanji in hiragana to be like, okay, get on this train at this time to take me here for this thing. Cool. Y'all do something the fuck else. I will meet you there. Don't pick me up after like day 4. Like, leave me alone. That's me.
But that's also kind of rude to knots.
Learn real fast. I don't care.
Oh, no. Well, I can also throw this out there. He also the dude I was talking to also tried to make it well known, like, hey, I do not need you to come pick me up in the morning. We do not need to stay out this late. But they insisted. They were like obligated. It was kind of expected on their end. And like he tried to plead with them, like, I need you to sleep more so that we can like do our jobs and stuff. But no, it was the same thing for 2 weeks straight.
Maybe I don't want to go to Japan as much. Well, I'll be in vacation, so it's a little different.
Yeah, don't work. Vacation.
I'll be doing different type of work.
Nobody is assisting you in that manner.
I mean, we're gonna have a guide that we're gonna feed him, but I'm not paying him. I'm definitely gonna feed him, but
that's
a whole other can of worms. Yes, that's a me and our friend thing. I want to go back to episode 5.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to think about it. Okay. Do you know the title of the episode for episode 5?
No.
Offhand, no.
Well, I just went to Crunchyroll just now to look at it.
What's the title?
It's titled, It's Probably Because This Is the Best Boob Bag Here.
That's not why I want to go to episode 5. That is not the reason.
Boob bags.
Oh, damn. Yes. Episode 5 was still about that cosplay event?
Yeah, that
was the first half of
the so the first series was that first.
Homeboy was like, can I take a picture of you? He didn't just do it. He asked for permission. Everyone else, learn from this man and do that.
Yes.
You ask. You don't just do.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
And then I'm immediately at my note immediately after. All right, the show's about cosplay and not, slice of life, romance, coming of age. I'm like, all right, it's a cosplay show.
Yes. It's a slice of life revolved around cosplaying with all the other themes that you just brought up included.
The ending is infinitely better than the opening. I don't like the opening like at all.
Correct.
The ending is so fucking cute and that song is catchy. I hate it.
Yes, absolutely. It's in my head right now. Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can't comment much. I skip all those.
Let me rephrase.
No, you have to listen to them once.
Oh, I definitely have.
If you don't like it, you skip. If you like it, you listen.
No, I can't tell you I can pinpoint exactly what it was because obviously you have to listen to a couple seconds of them going into the episode or ending the episode. I do remember them. I like them. They're fine, but it wasn't to the point where like this is a banger. I need to listen to it.
Oh, I feel bad. That was like that for Oshinoko.
Yes.
Oshinoko season 1 was a banger.
Yes, that one's different.
Well,
that's the exception to the rule.
If y'all ever do an episode on Blue Period, the opening that's my ringtone when people call me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That show is old.
Hey, leave me alone. I'm so sad we're not getting a season 2. It kills me a lot.
Would you say Blueberry?
Blue Period.
Blue Period?
I have the manga next to me, yeah.
It's from 2017. Okay, it's not as old. Not as old as I thought it was.
Okay.
It's still very pre-COVID.
Correct. Hey, don't worry. There's a bunch of shows that I like that will never get a second season. So
we're not going to mention the
unfortunately.
It's fine. The books are going to be ending soon. The romance. All the romance. After a point, it became kind of painful to see how in love she is with this dumb idiot boy. He's like, nah, not me. I'm not the one. I'm over here like I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch him in the face. I'm gonna hurt him.
It's your very tropey, ditzy, oblivious guy. Come on.
He's not ditzy though. He just has zero self-worth and confidence, which I'm like, same. I understand that. But if she what the amount of not necessarily signals, but the willingness to do various things, I'm like, at least she does like. I should ask a friend. I don't have any friends to ask.
He has no
I'm like,
references.
yeah, that's my problem. I'm just like, I would ask Juju because she's the closest thing you have to a friend.
But
Who
Juju likes him.
completely she thinks she likes him. She's just never felt the touch of a boy before.
Yeah, that's
because all
true.
girls school, which
that
I
was
thought was
super
fucking funny.
Yeah, that was
Very
so
funny.
goddamn funny.
That's okay. Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
just ask Grandpa. Be like, Grandpa, these things are happening. What do you think I should do about them? Do you think she likes me? Or ask your goddamn cousin who is married. The woman that picks up Grandpa is his cousin. And that is not explained. They just go this person. And I'm like, well, who the fuck is that person? I literally have to go on the wiki and go, who the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, okay, it's his cousin.
Yeah,
I didn't
just
say
some
cousin, but okay.
random person for a minute.
I think they kind of explain it, but it's very like
They did no explanation at all. Just here's the name, and I'm like,
the only
okay.
explanation that the anime gave was that there was this other family member that also called him Grandpa. So we can only assume. Well, we know
that's what it is.
that it's not a brother or sister, so it had to be. The next
Someone.
obvious answer would have been a cousin. So
that's not obvious, but yes, it could have been an aunt.
well, an aunt's not going to call him Grandpa. It would have to be on the same
fair
level as Gojo, as Wakana. So, because an aunt's going to call him uncle.
I don't know. After reading Mushoku Tensei, I don't know how family trees work anymore.
Yeah, I know.
You know, they could get pretty fucking wild. So,
and you don't know, he could be the grandfather figure to everybody.
True.
Yeah, it could have just been a title just in general too. That's fair. But yeah, my first impression was definitely a cousin because
we far
we're
smarter than me.
assumed to know that he doesn't have any siblings.
Yep. Okay.
Kind of dead.
Yeah, everybody is dead in his life.
Yes.
So when we meet Inoue, full disclosure, I watched the series at work when I was mostly left alone, which best week of my life. I verbally said after they show her the flashback of them like reviewing the pictures, bitch, you cannot be out here dressed like somebody's mom with the way you look. No, absolutely not. I said this loud enough. My supervisor went, "Who the fuck you talking to?" And I'm like, "I'm watching anime." And she looked at me and went, "Show me." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, sure."
I don't want to show you.
She was just like, yeah, that's just a mother and her kid looking at pictures. I'm like, no, that's the little sister is the big one, and the older sister is the small one. And she looked at me and was like, watch something else. I don't care if you're watching something, just watch something else. I'm like, I bet.
Yeah.
So you can't be looking like that, dressed like that.
That's fair. That's fair. I do have a kind of funny story. I was reading the manga at work, and it was the beach scene, and I'm like, yeah, I can't read this at work. That's this is a I hope nobody comes from behind me kind of thought, because this whole series a lot of questions get asked. That's
they do.
The whole time. I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm I like my job. We'll put it that way.
I could be on the same page myself. I watched the first 7 episodes of this on a lazy Saturday morning. My windows in my living room wide open for anybody to see. I had my cat on my lap, so of course I'm not going to disturb it. That 7 episodes worth of this show with the sun shining and everybody else to see what I'm watching on the inside. And it took me a while to even realize that. I was like, oh my God, this entire time. I binged 7 episodes. Plenty of sassy things are going on inside this house.
Yes.
I'll give you that, because other than that, and my boss calling, stop, pick something else. I have as a person who has a job now. Well, I mean, I've had a job for a while. I have a personal gripe. So Inoue's in middle school.
Correct.
Juju's in high school. Where in the ungodly fuck are they getting money to get new camera equipment, rent out studio spaces and whatnot? Because I'm over here like, the fuck do you do for a job where you can afford that?
It's a good question.
She didn't really mention, Juju did not mention a job. She just said money. And I'm like, where's your money coming from? Marin works. She said she works, and then we
saw her
see
work.
what she does, and we're like, damn, okay, I understand why you have that much money. So
Well,
what
we
if
found
Kicker-
out the camera was dad's, so we saved a
Yeah.
lot of money there. But still, the fact that they're renting out space to do these camera shoots, that's still money. Like, yeah,
That's
exactly.
a lot
What
of
is Juju-
fucking
what
money.
is
And I'm just
Juju's
like,
job?
where
What
are you
is
getting all this money from?
So I will say the rental space, that was the first time. They talk about it being the first time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. And then I would bet that Juju makes money from her pictures.
I want to hope
Good point.
that, but they never say that. They never. I need that to be stated.
Correct. They don't. That's the only thing I can think of as a second year high schooler. She either has a job and they don't talk about it, or she makes money from her pictures, which they also don't talk about.
I need her to state that she's making money from the pictures. Like, say, oh, I'm a content creator, or something like that. You can't just not say that. I'm like, I'm almost 30. I don't make apparently the amount. Stop doing that.
The only thing I think of is in reference to when Marin posts a picture of them and immediately all of Juju's followers are commenting and stuff. So her following is just insane.
Yeah.
Only thing I can think of. Only reference point.
I'll give you. You know what? It goes back to that not communicating super well, but that's on the show's fault, not the characters. So you know what? I'll give you that.
Yes. That's we'll blame the series on that one. Okay, so I'm curious. Season 2, do you guys have any predictions, any hopes, desires?
Well,
maybe
obviously,
some popping
prior
of
to your
things.
future knowledge, Cam, what were your first impressions?
I need to
first
see Gojo interact with a dude.
Yep,
real bad.
That's one thing I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Make a friend outside of this cosplay group.
Which I have no idea if he does or not, to be honest. Because where I'm at now, there's no mention. I'm like, I don't care.
Yep. Okay.
It's mostly make a male friend and just grow a backbone, man. Like start. You don't have to get the whole thing. Just start growing it, please.
So would start growing it be, hey, I have feelings for you? Like,
no, literally in like real life. He's also kind of spineless in real life. And I'm just, well, except for Hina dolls, but that's side point. Just start being your own person. Do things because you want to, not because Marin had an idea and you were just like, yeah, I'll do that too because Marin said it'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Also,
Lance?
I want him to kind of do something uncosplay and Hina doll related that he finds that he likes.
So he gets a hobby. Got it.
Yeah, what you said. That sounded way more better than what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, Lance, all you.
I think the most obvious one is going to be I can't wait to see more cosplay costumes that he comes out with.
Okay.
In addition to that, I kind of want to see some kind of internal feud going on between like a love triangle, like not a real love triangle in the fact that Gojo is interested in Juju, but I think I made it kind of clear that Juju is getting her first boy interest, so I want to see her start to fall for Gojo herself, like to a stronger degree, and then kind of just explore that. Like I don't have to go too crazy with it. I just want that to be explored to a small degree. Yeah,
that would be fun.
Yeah, I agree with Cam that I definitely want to see another guy character in here, just another male friend, something outside of cosplay that like he's getting more confident in himself, that he can be more sociable. And I guess outside of that, this kind of story I feel is going to end on a happy note with him and Marin finally getting together. So I think that's going to be like a season 3 kind of thing.
Correct.
Of course, they're probably gonna have a couple more moments where they're gonna come close to doing something, and then she's gonna stick out her blue tongue at him and like ruin the moment. So like I can see funny moments like that coming in again, but like that's kind of what I'm expecting out of season 2. A little bit more of everything, just a touch of flair to some different aspects. You got anything to add, Matt?
I want more progression in their relationship, which i.e. means that there's some sort of confession. I think Cameron makes a good point about Gojo getting a hobby, something outside of Hina dolls / cosplaying, just something. Even if it's him buying clothes that are not kimonos, not actually kimonos, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Like some sort of progression in something that we've seen in season 1 and then just building upon it. Because as I've mentioned, the show does a fantastic job of, all right, this is something I've done. let me grow from this experience. Where are these growth experiences going to happen? I don't want to have just a repeat of what we're having, which is just Marin dresses up in skimpy cosplays. We get photos, repeat.
Right.
So how do we expand upon everything that we've done already?
Sure. And I got a
huge miscommunication.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say I got a nice little curveball to throw in this.
Okay.
Of course, gotta keep it drama related. So what if Gojo feels burnt out and he just needs to put everything on pause, and then this is why he creates a new hobby? Like, he wants nothing to do with cosplay, he wants nothing to do with Hina dolls, he needs to just have a vacation and just do something different, just like for like an episode or two.
That would be immense character growth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to happen. I actually legitimately don't know, because much like with Oshinoko, I have no idea what the fuck happens in the middle. Like, no idea. I just know what's going on right now.
Right.
I'm going to go with
But,
no. At least not in season 2. I think that's too steep of a step, especially Hina dolls. I feel like he's going to continuously have this desire / need to work with Hina dolls.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. I don't think he'll ever not work with Hina dolls.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about as far as My Dress Up Darling? Oh, sorry. So we all know that this show is slice of life, not wholesome. Is this something you recommend to your friends? Or is this one of those where, well, Cameron mentioned it that he would. Lance, are you going to tell people about this one? Are you going to say, hey, you need to watch this? Or are you going to be like, very select few people? Is that what that's going to be?
I think that's a very good way to end that one. Very select few people. I would have to feel very confident in this person that I'm going to tell. Like, if I'm going to tell a random person, probably not. Not unless they tell me that like they like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But unless someone is really into anime and is ready to explore a little bit on the ecchi side, and with the caveat that like it is a wholesome story overall, it just has a lot of sugary moments.
Yes, sure.
So this is one that I would definitely want to recommend, but it would be a select few.
Okay.
I will piggyback off what Lance said. I'm not taking my immediate yes right. I'm not taking that away. This is your intermediary show where they've watched a few, they understand anime, and it's like, okay, now watch this. Keep in mind, there's going to be some moments where you're just like, I don't agree with that. That makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, this is the beginning of just weird shit. So if you can handle this, you can maybe try something a little more extreme and work your way up from there. I feel like this is a good like filter show.
Yeah, this is a stage 1 spicy ecchi where it's like it's kind of there, but not in your face.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's I like that. I'll agree with you on that one. Yeah, this isn't like, and here are the 5 shows that I recommend to some random people. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
So for most, this is mostly for dudes. I don't know what your female demographic is. It's okay to like girly shit. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's nice to look at cute stuff and go, damn, that's cute. And then walk away and be done with it. That's perfectly fine.
I 100% agree. This is a good, you don't need to feel bad about liking the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I agree.
Trying new things is scary. 100% understand. I agree. It can be perfectly fine and sometimes beneficial if you have the right support system to back you up.
And we support you on this show.
They support you. I'm just a guest. Cameras are fucking expensive. Holy fucking shit. The million yen, I'm over here like, my camera only cost me $800. Why is this camera like 10 grand? What's going on there? And I'm like, you know what? Don't want to know. Don't care anymore.
The fact that you have an $800 one means that you know that is not even close to a top of the line one.
Oh yeah, no, this is my basic bitch. I need to figure out how a camera works. It's made me like half my money back so far.
I would not get an $800 one to learn how to work with the DSLR. But yeah, absolutely.
I explained that poorly. It was a kit. It came with like the base camera, 2 lenses, and they're like, have fun, kid. The cameras aren't the lenses aren't the best, but they get the job done.
I have a similar story. My wife has a Sony T4.
Okay.
It's older. I got it from a guy that I knew when I was in college in Savannah. It takes fantastic pictures. It's not you don't need to get a stupid, crazy DSLR to take good photos. Obviously, the better the camera, the more expensive the camera, the better the photos. But as they mentioned in the show, editing, photo software, knowing what you're doing matters. And yeah, I think I spent $200 on that one 7 years ago.
Nice. Like starting with your cell phone and using software on the internet, because I'm not going to say names. That is perfectly fine, and it's a good way to learn. So when you do get a like trifle of money, you can get the editing software, but you can get an editing software. I'm going to stop there because they are making bad decisions right now. Asking for consent is important.
Absolutely,
communication
100%.
Super important. Please, you don't have to like take a class, just like know how to speak better, to convey your thoughts better, or listen to a bunch of podcasts. That's what I've learned. Just listen to a bunch of people saying a bunch of random shit, preferably older than you. So you'll sound smarter to your friends, which is what happened to me. And I'm like, oh no, my friends think I'm smarter than I am.
Shit, I picked up a few words that I'm not quite confident on.
Oh, absolutely. Don't be afraid to be who you are, with a huge asterisk in most cases. Sometimes you just gotta like not, and that's okay too. Fair. Read the room sometimes.
Reading the room is hard. If in doubt, don't. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. Just make sure to read the room.
Yes. And if you can't read the room, just don't say anything and just quietly nod your head. And that got me through a lot of college.
That's a good point. Very good point.
Calling people out can be beneficial if the individual in question is mentally, emotionally mature enough to not a psychopath. Mad. Not a psychopath, correct?
That also goes with reading the room.
Yes. Well, if they're doing some fucked shit, then no, call them out. I don't care what the situation is, but you gotta know how to fight so you can like defend yourself if shit goes sideways.
Okay.
Cosplay is for everyone. Don't let these skinny, lolly, and whatever Amazon adjacent people tell you otherwise. If you don't feel confident in your ability to cosplay, just try it. Be like Inui, just baby steps. Just perfectly fine.
Cosplays come in all sizes.
Doing the same thing as someone else does not mean you are living in their shadow. Because Inui was terrified to cosplay because she's like, I don't want to step on my sister's toes. And she's like, you dumb bitch, we could have been doing this together from day one. I'm like, no, she right. She ain't say it how I wanted her to say it, but no, she right.
We would have had more fun.
Correct. And those are all of my notes past that. Those are just grievances from work so I can get paid.
That's the very good points. I would have not actually said those out loud. So I appreciate you calling those out. So they were needed. Definitely needed, especially for a show like this.
So initially I was going to be like, I need a soapbox to stand on while I rant. And everyone's like, don't say that. Just bullet point them and say them. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's my bad.
It's very true. I will say like being willing to watching these kind of shows is very hard to do. Lance and I are we grew up on shonen. That's what we started watching. Like one of the shows that I'm recently watching is, I want to actually say it correctly, so give me 1 second. It is Rascal Does Not Dream of...
Oh, I love Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yes.
No, listen. Hold on. I'm sorry to take this away from you. I have volumes 1 through 13. 14 and 15 aren't out yet in English, and the second they are, I'm fucking grabbing them. I fucking love this show so much. I own the movies.
Okay.
When season 2 comes out, I'm there frame 1.
It's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. I watched 11 of the 13 episodes in a day and a half. So
good. Those are rookie numbers. Get those up. Gotta pump those up.
I have full-time school, full-time work.
You can skip work a day. You can call off.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm doing Sunday.
No. And
you have kids. I keep forgetting.
I have kids, school, work. I'm signing up myself for long days because I am going to school 100% full time and working full time. So I like to.
I'm gonna take that back and apologize. Them are really very good numbers for one day. I'm sorry. I mean to speak out of place. That's my bad.
I promise I'm not a masochist. I don't like punishing myself, but apparently this semester, because I want to graduate, I'm doing that to myself. But fantastic show. It's 100% falls in line with the put yourself out there. Watch it. Don't just judge a book by its cover. Don't just be like, well, this this isn't shonen, I don't want to watch it. No, watch it. Spread your wings, watch other things, because you miss out on a lot of very good shows by branching out. I watched all of season 1 of Apothecary Diaries in like
You're welcome.
a week. Yes, thank you, Cameron. It was so good, very good. I have a coworker. I keep making this joke where the to watch list for her is just nonstop growing, because I apparently watch shows faster than she does and continuously say, "Hey, you need to watch this."
Welcome to being an anime fan. My list is capped at 104 because I need to watch season 2s, and there's like 4 video games I want to play, and they aren't short.
No.
Yeah, video games do not help.
So for normal people, they can just play their ragamuffin Call of Duty game and be fine. I'm over here like, man, Final Fantasy Remake is like 60 hours, and I'm like, okay, that's playing optimally. That's not counting exploring. I'm like, God damn it. Monster Hunter, you just never stop Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that's a minimum 60 hours. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
And it's what? Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I lost my train of thought. Spread your wings, watch a bunch of stuff. Let that watch list kind of dwindle and then grow even longer, because now you like even more different types of shows.
Yes.
The biggest thing is Lantz. Lantz, I think you kind of said it. Did you really enjoy that? Did you actually really enjoy this? Like I was bugging you for a while to watch this. So
yeah, I did mention this earlier in the episode. I was very well pleased with this entire season. Definitely caught me off guard. I had a small impression of what I thought this show might have been, and it wasn't anything that I thought it was, and it just was wholesome, and I loved it all.
Nice.
Hell
nice.
yeah.
I'm glad. We'll just need to have Cameron on more often to watch some even more out of the norm shows.
Listen, if you do an episode on Bunny Girl Senpai, I'll drop whatever the fuck I'm doing to talk about it. Like, when I saw the last movie in theaters, that's the last time I cried publicly.
Okay. I don't know if Crunchyroll has everything on...
They might. I know they finally was like, here's the dub we promised you months ago, and we were like, where the fuck has it been?
No, it's
because the movies, except the first movie, is not dubbed yet to be released. The last two came out after the dub announcement was made, because I saw them dubbed and went, okay, maybe Monogatari has a chance. Maybe.
Not on Crunchyroll. Is there anything else besides season 1?
All right, we might have to get into a Discord call then, because you need to see what happens after the end of the show, because it's gonna hurt. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why would I do that to myself?
I ask myself that every time I watch something sad.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that on sidebar after this. And I guess because we're kind of talking about it, we can quickly talk about just kind of other things that we watching. Lance, is there anything, like a couple things that you're really excited about that you're watching right now?
All right. Well, aside from what is currently being shown for this season, Dr. Stone, Shangri-La.
Fair. Yes.
That's pretty much. Oh, I guess I'm trying to stay up to date with Dragon Ball Daima as well.
Okay.
I think I'm like currently I'm like 2 episodes behind. After I saw Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, I kind of just like, okay, I can take a little break, but try to watch a little bit more of One Piece, and then I jumped back on to Disney Plus and started catching up on some other Marvel shit that I've been missing out on. So I caught up on Agatha All Along and Loki Season 2. So I think I have everything Marvel related down pat at this moment.
Nice.
And then next I plan on watching Squid Game Season 2. Oh, I watched Arcane Season 2. Fucking fantastic. I finished that finally.
One day.
Yeah, that's what I've been on the side.
I watched like the first 5 minutes of the first episode of Arcane.
You should finish that.
After you get past the art style, don't get me wrong, everybody feels the same. The art style is something you have to get used to, but the story is fantastic.
Matt, this is the most expensive animation project ever. You gotta watch it.
That's true too. So much goes into this.
Yeah.
Listen, as someone who is League retired, I'm like, fine, I'll watch it. And I'm like, damn, this is really good. Because it's all characters I personally don't give a fuck about. These are none of my characters I played. I'm just like, this is a good story. I see what these kids went through. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
I-
it's hype. It's hype for a reason.
I never did any of that.
Don't. It's fine. I know people that never play League that watch Arcane, and then they
Yeah.
were like, I'm gonna play League, and I went, I'll smack the fuck out you. You're not doing that.
You don't do that to yourself. Just watch the show and call it a day. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I never played League, but I love the anime.
I will finish. Literally 5 minutes. That's all I got. So
Fair enough.
it was interesting. Then I had to go back to work. So
No, I get that.
That was what it was. Cameron, what about you? You watching anything right now? You on your 103 show list?
So my coworker was like, I need you to watch Too Many Losing Heroines. And I went,
Okay.
Good one.
what the fuck is that? And then I started watching it and went, this is going to be better than I want it to be. And I hate that. I hate it a lot.
Yep.
Damn, that show is fun. Can't call it good. Can call it fun.
I haven't watched it. Okay, so it's fun. Okay, that I guess we can put it on the watch list.
Yeah, I watched, I think, 6 episodes of it back when it was getting first released. I didn't mean to drop it. I just got busy. But
I get that.
The first 6 episodes, I loved it all.
The other show I'm watching is The 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Love You.
Yes, that one.
Listen. Season 2 started, which is perfect. I had perfect timing. For everything My Dress Up Darling isn't, 100 Girlfriends is. So
Yeah, that's true. I watched 4 episodes, and
you ain't seen shit. All I'm gonna say is Girlfriends 1 and 6 are related. I'm like, 6, 5.
Yeah,
it was like,
we talked about this. We've talked about this one already. Yeah.
I'm for it, but because degeneracy. At the same time, I'm just like, it's a cartoon. It's fine. I don't care. I can be very removed because no one man should have 100 girlfriends. So I'm removed enough to go, this is fine. This is fine.
That's fair.
It's so not okay. It's very trashy, but it's good. So I'm giving it a pass.
I guess I will continue it. I guess.
Listen, I recently watched a YouTube video where he went, listen, I'm not gonna front y'all. He gives every girl the attention they need and deserve. And I'm like, you got me. No, I'm gonna keep watching it.
It's
the best girl of the show is the protagonist, who is a boy. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I've seen shows like this, but this show is really like, nah, Rentaro really is best girl. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, you haven't steered me wrong, so we'll.
Okay, all right. This might be the one time.
So far, it's
I'm gonna grab a beer real quick.
It's very tropey, so don't expect it's good, but it's tropey.
I'm 100% aware. Like I said, I've watched 4 episodes. I know exactly what it's gonna be.
All right, okay. As long as you know, that's all that matters.
I can almost guarantee it does not get beyond surface level of what it is, and it was fine.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. Season 2 is going to have probably one of the most questionable scenes in the series so far.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
yup. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, I'm for it, I guess. We'll just throw it out there.
I'm sorry.
It's
Listen,
fine.
I listened to a YouTube. I said the same thing about the YouTuber that recommended it. I'm like, oh, you haven't steered me wrong before. So I'm going to trust you. And I'm like, this is fun. I'm having fun. Me and my cousin watched it and went, damn, what are we doing wrong?
It could get worse. We'll
it absolutely could get worse.
So it's okay. But as far as Dress Up Darling is concerned, that's really all we got for this episode. Lance, you have been trying to stump me for Pokemon. Pokemon Pocket has been super popular so far. Hopefully that helps me when it comes to some of your questions. I doubt it, but one can hope.
Yeah, we can see.
What do you have for us today?
All right, so we'll jump into Gen 1 because this seems to be a popular, more well-known category to stay within.
All right, I think I'm ready.
Remember, Cameron,
All right.
1 for 3. That's my goal.
Well, yeah, I got when I was there at Colossal, we would have had 3 for 3, but I fucked up with the numbers because you were right. Now, I'm so disappointed in myself.
It's okay.
All right,
it's okay.
We'll see how you guys do here. Question 1, true or false? In the original games, you must have a Shelder in your party to evolve a Slowpoke.
Why would you
I know
ask
the
something
answer.
like that? I want to say true, but game mechanics on GBA were hard.
So yes, because there was no way to attach an item.
Cameron, what are you thinking?
True, because game hardware limitations.
Oh, this is so funny. You guys are both wrong.
What? Bullshit.
No.
Figured.
The anime shows that a Shelder will evolve a Slowpoke, but in the video games, a Shelder is never ever required in order for a Slowpoke to evolve.
Bullshit.
It's fine. It's okay. It's alright.
It's not fine.
Okay. I thought that would have been an easy one.
Just kidding.
I haven't played red and blue and yellow in like oh fuck, it really has been 20 years. Oh my god.
Well, I don't give a shit about Slowpoke.
Yeah, exactly. All right, question number 2. In Gen 1, how many Pokemon evolve with a Leaf Stone?
Okay. I know it is Gloom and the Vileplume. I know that.
Yep. Bellsprout into Weeping Bell.
I think that's just a level.
Is it?
I think.
Okay.
Bulbasaur's a level. I think the next grass type is Bellsprout, which is also a level. I know it's Gloom and the Vileplume. Leafeon hasn't been conceptualized yet.
Nope.
2 because Execute and the Executor.
Yep.
Scyther is a middle coat and it's a bug type, not a grass type.
Sticking with Gen 1.
Yeah, Scyther doesn't have an evolution.
Scissor.
I need to see a Pokédex. I can't remember all of them offhand anymore. There's over 1,000 of them to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
How he gets us.
I'm forgetting something. I need to look at a Pokédex. I don't have a Pokédex in front of me.
No cheating. What are you guys thinking? How many?
I'm literally forgetting the whole middle part of the Pokédex.
That's usually how it goes. All right, we can go with 2. That's fine.
2? Fortunately, you guys are wrong.
Gonna be
3.
It is 3. It's 3.
Who's the third one?
Matt, you were on the ball with something going on there. Bellsprout does evolve into Weeping Bell through a level, but Weeping Bell evolves into Victory Bell through a Leaf Stone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What?
You were almost there.
Yeah,
I steered him wrong again because I'm like, no, that's stupid. They wouldn't do it. I'm like, yes, they would.
Yeah, they would. But you could buy that one, so it's okay.
Yeah. Gen 1, you can buy as many stones as you want.
Not the
All
Moonstones.
Except the Moonstones, correct. Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3
I
per save state. Yeah. All right. Question 3, the final one. What level does Cubone evolve at?
Oh, fuck.
Fucking no, dude. It's these level questions. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
A random evolution.
Let's see. Cubone is kind of later, so I'm gonna go with 26.
All right, Cam.
32.
All right, 26 and 32. Sorry to tell you guys are both wrong. I know this is kind of amongst the harder of the questions, but Matt was closest. It's 28.
Oh.
Cubone evolves into Marowak at 28.
Quit asking these boomer questions. I can't with you. I can't with you more.
Oh man.
It's kind of hard coming up with questions every single podcast, 3 at a time.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
You start running out of material.
Just go to Gen 2. It's time. Johto was great. Listen, we've been begging for a Let's Go Johto for like 5 years now.
But it was so much smaller.
I don't care. If it looks anything like how Let's Go Kanto or Pikachu Eevee look, I'll take a Let's Go Johto game over whatever Gen 10 is going to be.
I'm pretty sure I saw leaks of another remake for Silver and Gold. So in the when that comes out, I think I saw leaks for that.
Double Heart Silver.
Yeah, what are they gonna call it?
My problem is we need Gen 5 remakes because that's my personal opinion when Pokemon started to that's peak Pokemon, and then X and Y it's downhill. The Sun and Moon anime is great though. I will defend that until the day I die.
Okay.
Sorry, Matt, couldn't help you. It's fucking useless.
Yeah, you guys both failed 100%.
We were close though. You were right with that 3 for Victory Bell.
Yeah, you were almost there.
Yeah.
You know what? For April Fool's Day, Matt, you asked Lantz some Pokemon questions. See if he can do it.
Ooh, yeah. Let's get a little reversal going.
Yeah, Lantz can cover the manga, and I'll do full Uno. Well, Uno
reverse it. talk about that.
That would be funny.
Thank you everybody for listening to my Pokemon quiz. Hopefully you did better than Matt and Cam did. But yeah, that's going to conclude today's episode. Thank you everyone for listening. Please rate and subscribe to us wherever you are listening to us on, because that would help a lot. Also, please to us on YouTube with our Short Flight series. We're trying to get some more viewers there because we can really use some. And if you want some more anime news in your life, please follow the Anime Show on Facebook and Instagram. And until next time, we'll see you guys.
Bye.